Good afternoon all of you. In this session of class 10 Icse physics, we are going to do the next section of the chapter force, that is we will be discussing centripetal force today. Okay, so let us first do a recap of uniform circular motion, like a quick recap, what exactly is uniform circular motion. So in class 9 in the chapter motion, we have studied that when a body is going in a circular motion, but the speed is constant. So what is uniform circular motion? It is circular motion at constant speed. So suppose there is a body, it is performing a circular motion at a constant speed v. The speed is always constant and it is v. So that is known as uniform circular motion. So no matter which part of the circular motion the body is, the speed will always be v. So that is called uniform circular motion. But in uniform circular motion, even though the speed is always v, whether the body is here, here, here or here, the speed is always v, but the direction of motion is changing. Right? Simply you can see that it is along the tangent to the circle. So at various instances the tangent will be at various points. So the direction of motion is changing all the time. And because the direction of motion is changing all the time, so the velocity is changing all the time. Because the velocity is changing all the time, that means the body is accelerating. So in case of uniform circular motion, the body may be traveling at constant speed, but the direction of motion is changing all the time. That means the body is traveling with variable velocity. And if a body is traveling with variable velocity, then definitely it is accelerated. So the velocity is changing instantaneously. So the body is accelerated, right? The velocity is changing instantaneously, the body is accelerated, and no matter which part of the circular motion the body is, the acceleration points towards the center. Okay, the acceleration points towards the center, and it is also called centripetal acceleration. So the acceleration points towards the center, and it is called centripetal acceleration, right? Now, so let's summarize. In uniform circular motion, the speed is constant, but the direction of motion is changing all the time. That means the velocity is changing all the time. That means the body is accelerated, and no matter in which part of the circular motion the body is, the acceleration will always point towards the center, and that is also known as centripetal acceleration. Okay. So the thing is, let me give you an example. Suppose you take a stone and you tie one end of the stone to a string. Suppose you take a stone and tie one end of the stone to a string, and then you whirl in a horizontal circle. Okay, so you take a stone, tie one end of the stone to a string and whirl the string in a horizontal circle. So horizontal circle is circular motion. So if there is circular motion, there has to be a centripetal force. So centripetal acceleration automatically means that there has to be a centripetal force, because you know that acceleration into mass is force. So once again, you take a stone, tie it to one end of a string and whirl the string in a horizontal circle. So there will be a centripetal force which is responsible for causing this motion, and that centripetal force, it will be tension in the string, right? So the centripetal force which is responsible for circular motion is tension in the string. So in the same way, there are a lot of other instances in practical life where centripetal force is manifested in some other form, and that will be the topic for today's homework. So the homework for today is that you will have to identify the centripetal force when the earth is going around the sun. That is number one. Number two, you will have to identify the centripetal force when electron is going around the nucleus of an atom. And number three, you will have to identify the centripetal force when a vehicle is taking a circular turn. When a vehicle or automobile is taking a circular turn, you have to identify the centripetal force. So these are the three homework questions. Once again, identify the centripetal force. Number one, earth is going around the sun. Number two, electron is going around the nucleus. And number three, car is undertaking a circular turn. So you will have to just identify in each of these three cases what is the centripetal force. So that will be your homework based on this particular topic, and you can submit the homework by 9 p.m. tomorrow, right? So that will be all. I'll end the session now. Bye all of you.